Hello everyone and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, the city of Sulphur Springs will be having its annual city cleanup week April the 8th through the 13th. The drop-off site is a familiar location a quarter-mile east of Flowserve off of Highway 67. Hours will be 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. Appliances will only be accepted if they contain no refrigerants. They will also not accept paint, batteries, tires, and household hazardous waste. The city cleanup week is only for City of Sulphur Springs residents. You must bring a driver's license or other ID along with a city water bill. Hopkins County firemen have been busy this week responding to two structure fires. An old electrical parts business building on FM 1567 caught on fire Tuesday afternoon. Fire units from Hopkins County, Brinker, Arbela, and Picton Pine Forest responded and were able to limit damage. Cause of the fire is under investigation, but County Fire Chief Andy Inslee said that there was nothing to suggest anything suspicious about the fire. Monday afternoon, Hopkins County, Arbela, Miller Grove, and Sulphur Springs firefighters were called to a mobile home fire off of Highway 154 south of Sulphur Springs. Cause of the fire was said to be a malfunctioning hot water heater. Firefighters got the fire under control quickly and limited damage to the center point of origin of the fire. Sulphur Springs High School FFA Ag Mechanic students have had a successful show season. 5 of their projects, built by 12 students, were exhibited at 5 shows: State Fair of Texas, Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, San Angelo Show and Rodeo, Netla Ag Mechanic Show, and the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. All of the projects earned blue ribbons. 2 projects placed in their respective class. Austin Krause and Hayden Keller won 3rd in class for their Western theme bench at the State Fair of Texas. Cameron Zahn, Noah Himby, and Caleb Mills took 5th in class for their 27-foot gooseneck hay trailer at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Other blue ribbon winners included Jermon Bryant Amos, Shane Gilbert, and Colby Pace for their 10-foot welding trailer. Also, Lucas Johnson, Nathan Keller, and Jose Santa Cruz for a chopped saw table, and Hayden Keller, George Greenway, and Austin Krause for their front-end loader platform. Their teacher is J.T. Looper.
The 5th annual Play It Forward tennis tournament, as sponsored by Can Help, is coming up on Saturday, April 13th. And if you want to play in this, do so because early registration ends by this coming weekend. And when you participate, it really does play it forward for good projects in our community.
Shanna Martin, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. And Adela?
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you for coming in. We have the 5th annual tennis tournament coming up.
Yes.
When? Tell us about it.
So our 5th annual Play It Forward tennis fundraiser, benefiting Can Help, is going to be on Saturday, April 13th. And it's coming up quick, and we're really excited. We can't believe it's already 5 years that we've been doing this.
It doesn't seem like it could be, but this is for everybody that likes to play tennis. Is this right?
Even if you don't like to play tennis, come out and be a spectator because there's going to be great food out there. Fireside Barbecue is donating. I believe we're having brisket. And so that's one of the things that if you love barbecue, definitely come out and support in that way if you're not a tennis player. But even if you are a tennis player and you're not any good, like me, I don't play tennis. I've tried. I'm not that great at it, but it's just for fun, family fun. There are kids playing. We have kids and adults, and we have middle school, high school. It's just the whole spectrum.
Okay. Well, it might be a kid's first exposure to something that they'll really grow to love.
Exactly.
Yes. Also for adults, that are trying to find something that's interesting, that's fun, that they can do and still get health benefits. I think tennis is a perfect opportunity to do that with.
Tennis is good exercise,
It is
isn't
good
it?
exercise.
Even if you don't play by all the rules.
Right.
Which is what I do.
Or don't really understand how to keep score. That's me.
So, how is the Play It Forward tennis tournament set up, and where is it going to be held?
The tennis tournament is set up to be held at the Sulphur Springs Tennis Court Complex over at the high school. And like I said, it is open to all ages, all skill levels, whether you're a beginner or even just interested in the sport, you can come in and play. It is going to be a round robin style, so that means that you will be put into a group and you will play matches against that group until eventually there's a winner as far as teams, and you are guaranteed at least 3 matches throughout the tournament.
And if you're an intermediate player, we won't put you up against an advanced. So it would be split up based on skill level.
Okay. And so they need, though, to let you know they're coming so you can start mapping everything out.
Exactly. They can go on our website at canhelponline.org and register. And matter of fact, early registration is going on, I think, until March 31st. And then we have late registration beginning after that all the way up until April 8th. And we just have to have enough time to be able to put the teams together. Coach Martinez has to be able to do that. So, or if they don't have computer access, they can stop by our office at 613 Gilmer Street, and we do have some paper applications where they can sign up registrations.
Okay. So if they enter in the early period, which is through this coming weekend, then it's less cost?
Less money, yes.
Okay.
So middle school and high school, it's $10 a single player, $20 a team. Adults, $28 a single, and $55 per team. And then after that, it does go up a few dollars.
So it really pays to get in on the early registration.
Right. And the first 25 teams that register will actually get a free sports towel with our logo and stuff on it.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Well, I know it's tennis, and it's serious for people who want to be serious about it, but it's also a lot of fun. And as you mentioned, spectators are needed as well.
Exactly. Last year was a little chilly, so we didn't have as many spectators, but in the past we've had a lot of people, a lot of families come out. It is a family fun event. We want to have, and we plan on having some different kid activities and some kid games, and of course there's going to be great food there.
It will be good. The fun, too, and Adela was talking about activities for kids of people who come to play. You're going to keep them busy.
Yes, I'm going to keep them busy so parents can actually sit there and watch. So at this time I'm planning, we always do our scavenger hunt, and then we have access to the mini tennis court that I'll set up so those kids can feel like they're part of the tournament, and it'll also bring up the interest for them as they get older. Work at trying to promote tennis as a lifelong sport that people can get into. You can use it as networking later in life, and it's just a fun activity to do.
Do people in your family play tennis?
Everyone in my family plays tennis and stuff. I play recreational tennis. I'm not a competitive tennis player like the rest of my family is, but like I said, it's just a lifelong sport. It's just fun to get out there. You know, you can meet people, and it doesn't matter what socioeconomic level that you're in. Everyone just likes to just get together and just have fun.
And of course, her husband is the Sulphur Springs tennis coach.
Yes. This tournament actually, when I started working at Can Help, and she asked about fundraising, we were new to the area, so we really didn't know what the tennis community was like. So this was one opportunity of my husband, who was a new tennis coach, to find out how many people were out there that were actually interested. And since we've been doing this tournament and exposing tennis to the community, the tennis numbers have increased over at the middle school and at the high school. So, and if everyone is keeping an eye on the news, you're seeing that the tennis team is doing some great things.
This is correct.
Yes.
This is correct.
Kudos to Coach.
I want to ask about our tennis facility. Don't we have a great one here?
We have a great tennis facility. It's 3 years old, I believe now, and it's got covered shading for our spectators, and there are 8 courts. So
I guess it was 5 years, so it will be because our first tournament they had just opened it.
So I guess 5 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Time flies.
Yeah, how nice a place for you to put on this annual tournament. It's a tennis tournament and a fundraiser for Can Help. And, of course, Shanna Martin is director of Can Help, and Adela is administrative.
She is the client service manager, and she helps the majority of the clients that come in. Usually when you ring the bell and knock on the window, Adela's the first person that you're going to see.
Okay.
And if you need assistance, you'll talk to her.
You're also in the facility that we know as the thrift store, the Can Help thrift store.
Yes.
I love to go to.
Right.
Well, we appreciate that, and it really, when you shop there, when other people shop there, that really helps our causes and what we do for the community, because a good portion of the funds that we put back out into the community actually come from proceeds from this thrift store. And so for Can Help, we say our goal and our mission is to change lives in our communities, and for the thrift store, we say when you shop with us, you do help to change a life. And that really makes a difference for all of our shoppers and everyone that donates there. The store is not just for people that are low income. I think originally that's kind of what people thought, but the word has gotten out, and we are busier than we have ever been in the store, to the point where we actually have run out of room and need to expand, and we appreciate that. You know, that's a great problem to have, and that's from the generous community that we have that now donate to us and the people that shop with us, and we couldn't be more grateful.
Well, you can get some boutique items there.
We have great stuff with
things.
tags on there, brand new furniture at times. There are a lot of good things that come through there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and so the thrift store is a benefit to not only the community, but to Can Help in your ongoing projects.
Yes. Yeah. And if we didn't have the thrift store, we probably would not be able to do what we do in the community with helping as many people as we do, as well as employing those that, we do have some that work in our store that, are disabled, or, they may not be able to work or get a job at other locations. We also use our thrift store kind of as a training area for different projects. Okay. And so it serves many purposes in the community, and probably a lot of people don't realize that.
So throughout the year to operate Can Help, and what does Can Help stand for?
Can Help originally was Hopkins County Community Action Network, and that's where the CAN came from, Community Action Network, and just over the years it has just transitioned into Can Help.
I like Can Help and all the things.
Well, of course, it's easier to say.
It's an easy name. But you, of course, have to have operating money coming in.
Yes.
And so the tennis fundraiser is one. The thrift store is another. I think you're on the list of recipients of United
Way funds. Yes. Mm-hmm. And we get funding from United Way, and there are generous churches in the community that do donate to us, as well as just individuals out in the community. But I think the majority right now really comes from what we take in from the thrift store and what we're able to put back out into that. So and for all the events that we have, we have tremendous sponsors, and I really want to give a shout out and talk about City National Bank. For 5 years now, they've been our title sponsor for the Play It Forward tennis fundraiser, and they've always been very supportive of us, as well as some of our other sponsors this year. We talked about Fireside Barbecue. We're super excited about that. That's the first year. And then Edward Jones, Craig Johnson, Grocery Supply, or GSC Enterprises, Brookshire's Super Handy has supported us every single year. We have Smiley Tooth Dental this year and Bauckham Insurance. So we're thankful for our sponsors. And any sponsor money that we get and all the money from the players, we really take that, and that just goes straight back into our community programs. Any expenses that we incur, we try to get donated items, but if there's any expenses that we incur, we pay for that ourselves, because we want to make sure that the money that people donate to us and give to us, that goes straight to back out to the community.
And the money that you will make off the tennis tournament coming up on April 13th will
100% of proceeds will go back out into the community. Yes.
I think that what you do, one thing that stands out in my mind during back to school time, is a huge benefit to our community.
And we are already starting. We're just trying to get through this one fundraiser, and then we immediately will start the planning for our third annual back to school fair. And last year, gosh, it was amazing. We hope this year it's going to be even bigger. We almost ran out of space last year, but there's not any space larger in this community to hold an event like we did. So we're planning for a bigger event this year. Last year we were able to give, I think, 505 kids brand new backpacks and all full of school supplies. We really want to increase that to at least 750 this year, and I think that we'll be able to do that.
And there is this need in our community?
Absolutely.
Yes.
60% of the kids in our communities from all of the county schools come from what the TEA would consider, disadvantaged households or low-income households, and that's just the average. And so some schools are actually higher than that. And so there is a need out there in the community, and the schools do their very best to try and provide that need. But we're here to help with that. We want to be able to give. If those kids need backpacks and they need the school supplies, that's what we're here for, and that's what we want to do.
So when you donate items to the thrift store and then they're resold, this is a way that individuals can help. It also helps us when we clear out some of the excess items we have at home.
Yes.
That we don't really need, and let them become a use to someone else.
And just bring us your good stuff. Unfortunately, we do end up getting a lot of items that I think people missed the trash and just brought them to us. And so when people bring us items that aren't usable, like furniture and couches and things that rips and tears and stuff, we have to end up paying money to have all of that hauled off from our property. One, it just, it doesn't make our property look great. And then two, it's a lot of work for our employees. Yes. And so we encourage people, please, if you have furniture to donate, let us look at it first. Please don't drop it off while we're closed, because if it's not good, we have to end up throwing it away.
And that does take away from the funds that we would have available for the community. So.
Well, that is good to pass along. Now, other ways that individuals can help, like entering the tennis tournament or coming out, or pay for someone else who wants to go, who may not be able to.
Absolutely. If someone would like to sponsor, even maybe someone like in school, if somebody wants to sponsor a kid to play, or even just a single or a team, they can always they could go onto our website as well, and there is a donation spot on there to where they can just donate at any time.
And how to find that online is
canhelponline.org.
Okay. And you're always there at 613 Gilmer and business hours through the week.
Yes.
Yeah.
8 to 4:30.
Our office hours are open 8 to 4:30. The store is open from 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and 10 to 4 on Saturday.
Okay. Well, let's get ready to play tennis then. The 5th annual tennis tournament and fundraiser for Can Help is April 13th. That's a Saturday, starting at 8:30 in the morning. But
That's right.
Register early.
Yes, register early. Don't wait till the day of.
Is March the 31st, and then from April the 1st through the 8th, you'll be able to do the late registration.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you both for coming in and all that
Thanks
you
for
do in
having
our
us.
community.
In sports, perhaps the Royce City Bulldogs baseball team just has the Wildcats' number this season. The only district team the Bulldogs have defeated in district play are the Wildcats. Tuesday night, Royce City pounded out 17 hits in an 11-3 win at Wildcat Park. Wildcats are 2-4 in district play and 10-5 for the season. And I talked with Wildcats baseball coach Jared Hammock.
They just took it to us and swung the bats probably as well as they've swung them all year, I would say, and most of their hits were pretty squared up hits. They weren't just, little C&I singles or flares, and, we're just not playing, winning baseball right now. We're not getting our leadoff hitters on each inning or enough innings. We're not scoring them when we do have a chance to score them. We're not having, too many two-out hits. Our pitchers, we're not going to strike a lot of guys out, so we have to play really good defense, and we just didn't play very, very good last night in that aspect. And so, there's nothing really right now we're doing very well, and we'll have to keep fighting and plugging away and working to get better and try to get back the way we were, the first 9, 10 ball games.
Yeah, if you could kind of match, their hits and stuff like that, but I think we had like 5 hits compared to their 18 or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know the last time I've had an opponent get 18, 17 hits in a ball game, really. In 20 years, I don't know that that's ever happened. And part of you thinks, well, I mean, they swung the bats well, and there's nothing you could necessarily do about it. But again, I think if we play better defense, the score probably still remains 5-3, 6-3, and you still have a chance. But we just got to go back to the drawing board. And, like I told them last night, I told them a little story about Muhammad Ali that I'd read, that he'd got knocked down one time and he was on the mat looking around and he thought to himself, champions don't belong on the mat. And so he got up, and I told him, we are indeed on the mat right now, and it's going to be up to us whether or not we can get up and try to win the fight, and that's all we can do.
It was kind of amazing to me, even with all that was going on, and I look up and it's 5-3, and we have a little spurt there. We might steal one, but boy, they were late. Erased all doubt in that big 7th inning. Yeah,
we had our chances. First inning we're first and third, 1 out, and hit into a double play that ends the inning. I mean, we're just not able to get them in when we need to. I think we had some opportunities, maybe with 2 outs several times, and just couldn't get that one big hit that might have opened the game up for us. And then, like you said, after some just terrible defense in the 7th, mixed in with some of their hits, they kind of left it with no doubt.
Yeah, even with as a few hits we had, I think we left 7 or 8, maybe more than that on base. So we did have the opportunity. Again, just no timely hit.
Yeah, at some point, somebody's just got to get the job done when the runners are there, and you can't point at any one guy because just about every one of them, didn't had an opportunity maybe and didn't take advantage of it for us. I think Jackson maybe had a 2-out hit that scored a run, but other than that, I'm not real sure that we did. And like I said, we had plenty of runners on base. If we just get some of them in, maybe the 7th goes differently. But we just, I don't know, just didn't really have a belief as the game went along. We just weren't getting it done, and I think it just weighed on us. They were playing really well and swinging the bats well and certainly enjoying themselves on our home field. Again, it's been a long time, I think, since we've lost 2 games at home. That's 2 in a row at home that we have lost. And so, just right now nothing is going well for us. But at the same time, that's us. I mean, we have to do something about that. It's not just going to work itself out. We've got to continue to do some things differently, practice better. Obviously we got to play better. And that's what we intend to do.
You go over to Royce City now to complete the series with them. They're going for a sweep in the 3 games.
They are, and we're the only team they've beaten at this point. They're 2-4 just like we are, and we're their only 2 wins. I don't like to get into musts, but they can't sweep us. If they do, then obviously they've got the tiebreaker, and they really do already. However, if we win Friday, we're still a game up on them in the standings, and that's what we need to do. And we just need to, again, get to playing better, and maybe we'll catch fire in a good way as we seem to be burning in the other direction, right now. So we'll just try to take it a game at a time. There's still, luckily for us, time left. I mean, they're 9 ball games, but I mean, we've got to get going here pretty soon, or we're going to be left on the mat.
Okay, thank you.
The Lady Cats softball team got excellent pitching from Bailey Haggerty in a 4-0 win at Lindale Tuesday night. And Lady Cats coach David Carrillo tells us more.
Bailey, I believe, threw a 3-hitter last night, and she pitched really well. And, Lindale's a very good team. I was really concerned going into it because I watched them play on Friday scouting, and they would hit the ball really well against Roy City. And the pitcher was really, she throws the ball really hard and fast. And, I felt offensively that we would be able to hit her, and we just had to get our timing down. But, again, anytime somebody throws hard like that, you always worry. But Bailey did an outstanding job. I always, Bailey doesn't get enough credit. She just kind of does things that she needs to do. But, for 4 years that she's been here, she has been solid. She doesn't get all the hoopla like some of these other pitchers around here. But Bailey is an animal. She's a stud, and she has done us right. And, again, we're blessed to have her.
We just take her for granted, don't we?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I do. We just expect her to go do her thing, which she does. But, I look at other pitchers around, and sometimes they get, they might have the little flash or the little, they throw maybe a little harder or whatever. But Bailey just does the little things right. She knows how to work the ball around the plate. She can throw inside, outside. She can throw it up. She just knows how to pitch, and she's smart about what she does. So, again, I just think sometimes she doesn't get enough credit. We do take her for granted. But, again, I told her yesterday, I'm not worrying about all these other pitchers because we got you. And I do mean that. She did an outstanding job last night.
Had several hitters that came through, but a couple that come to mind after reading your accounts, Kate Womack and Brinkley Driver.
Oh, two of them. Well, Kate Womack just amazed me because she got an inside the park home run. And
I didn't know it.
yeah, no. And for Kate to go hustling around the bases like that, she's not known for her speed, but she was trucking, boy. And that was big. That was big. That started off the one run right there. And she was hustling. She was going to get there. And, again, it's probably her first inside the park home run. I know in high school it is, but what a great effort that she had running the bases. And then Brinkley, last night, if we'd have been at home, she probably would have hit 2 or 3 out last night. I mean, and the fence is 225, and one of them I thought was gone. It just hit the very top of the fence. But Brinkley had an outstanding night. She hit the ball hard all the time for the most part, and again, she come up big in a big game. So, I'll give that to her. So, those two girls right there really set the tone by hitting the ball hard. We had runners in scoring position a lot more. I felt like we could have scored more runs. We just didn't. But at least we knew, the table was set. We just got to do next time, get a better job of not leaving people on base. But I'll take a 4-0 win over there in Lindale anytime you go away. That's one of the ones away that you want to win. We still have to go to Texas High. We still have to go to Mount Pleasant. But those wins right there you need to get when you're away.
Yeah, 3-0 now, and here comes Mount Pleasant. You visit over there.
Yes, this was a big week. When the season started, I looked on the calendar, and this was going to be the big week. So, we got one of them. So we need to go down to Mount Pleasant now, and they're well coached, and they have a really good team. And, we've had battles over the years, and it seems like our kids have all been here forever, both groups. So, it's a rivalry, and, our kids are going to be looking forward to playing them, just like I'm sure they're going to be looking forward to playing us. But, anytime you get in those games right there, anything can happen. But we're going to be ready, and we're going to be ready to go come Friday night.
Is Mount Pleasant 3-0?
Mount Pleasant's 3-0 in district too, so it's a showdown, and again, that's why you play the game. So we're excited to have an opportunity to go play and see where we stand, and like I said, I know they're going to be ready for us, so we just got to go take care of our business, and hopefully we'll be able to do that on Friday.
3 Lady Cats golfers played in a district preview Tuesday at Paris Country Club. The district golf tournament will be taking place next Monday and Tuesday. And we get more from Lady Cats golf coach Whitney Spigner.
Our district plus Paris's district, I don't know which one that is exactly. They're all doing their district at Paris Country Club, I believe. Mm-hmm. And it was our district preview, getting to see where we're going to stand and also getting to see the course for the first time this year. And so kind of getting a feel of how the course is laid out, what we need to hit in preparation for district next week.
And how'd your players do?
They did pretty good, considering it was a 9-stroke limit. We've been playing some triple bogey rules, trying to speed up play, but UIL rules is a 9-stroke limit. And so that changes the score and the pace of play. But I don't believe either of my girls, none of them picked up at all. And that's a good thing for them. Miriam shot an 82. She was a little disappointed with that. She made some just some errors on a couple of holes that we're going to change for next week, considering it was the first time playing. That was good for second place behind Gracie Hennard from T-High, who's also a sophomore. She shot an 87, I believe. So not too far off. Might have been 86, 87. But not too far off for first place. So they're going to be the ones competing and battling against each other for first place in district. But what that looks like is that Miriam will be able to qualify for regionals individually, considering we don't have a team. Charlie Potts had a great round. She shot a 107. It's also one of her best rounds for a 9-stroke limit. I think she might have tied that the last time that we played. And then Addison White shot a 111, also a great score for her. There were some really tough holes on that layout at Paris Country Club. There's some holes where trees are right in the perfect spot to get in your way. It's crazy, but next week we're hoping to learn from the mistakes that we made, and we're looking for another great day. Yesterday was beautiful. Hoping next week is the same.
It'll be district?
It'll be district, yes. It'll be district April 1st and 2nd, so Monday and Tuesday. We'll play at Paris Country Club again, and it'll be just our district teams, boys and girls competing on the same field, and hopefully we get some regional qualifiers out of that.
North Hopkins baseball pitcher Caleb Wyatt lost his no-hitter in the game's last inning as the Panthers defeated Fruitvale soundly 10-0 on Tuesday. Wyatt threw a 6-inning one-hit shutout, striking out 12. Meanwhile, the North Hopkins batters got 8 hits and committed no errors. Bryson Gillespie got North Hopkins started with a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the first inning that made it a 1-0 game. The Panthers added 3 more runs in the third inning to go up 4-0. North Hopkins added single runs in the fourth and fifth innings and 4 more runs in the sixth to wrap up the 10-0 victory. Gillespie was 1 for 2 with a run scored and 3 RBIs. Kevin Clement hit a solo home run in the fifth inning, and he was 2 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. And Jeffrey Stewart had an RBI. Colby Cameron was 2 for 4 with 4 runs scored. And Victor Rojo was 2 for 3 with a run scored. Branson Thomas also had a hit. The Saltillo Lady Lions softball team scored runs in every inning to defeat Yantis 19-9 on Tuesday. The Lady Lions jumped out to a 9-0 lead. Yantis rallied back to within 2 runs and trailed only 9-7. Both teams scored 2 runs in the third inning, and Saltillo led 11-9 after 3. Then the Lady Lions put the game away with 8 unanswered runs over the last 2 innings. Chandler Bain got the pitching win for Saltillo, recording 5 strikeouts. Bain was also 2 for 3 with 2 walks and 2 doubles. And Paisley Kastner was 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and 2 walks. Anna Reeder was 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and 2 walks. The Lady Lions also got singles from Reagan Spear, Josie Bench, and McKenna Gurley. Saltillo received 19 walks in all. The Lady Lions improved their season record to 2-5. They play at Rivercrest Friday at 6 p.m. And that's Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for watching, and so long, everybody.